General Conversation Podcast. I'm Valerie.
This is Cord.
Season 2, Episode 4. So we back, y'all. We back. We back, y'all. We back. We back, y'all. We back, y'all. Cordero is laughing right now or smiling because we are doing this Zoom style and it's our first time, so we wanted to try it out and he can see me cut up food over here. So
Yes.
so we're trying to still social distancing, still practicing that, even though this is July 1st. But yeah, that's if you're looking at the news and the numbers, you know it's going up. So
You know what's going down.
But I'm proud of us for how quickly we made this happen in the sense of like we stopped recording I think like in March.
Yeah.
Like that was our last one.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of like we'll leave it alone so we know what's going on. And then I got tired of being sick and tired of not like having my point of view talking with you and having our show and people asking me like, so y'all ain't got nothing to say? Y'all ain't gonna put nothing to say?
You ain't got nothing to say.
So I was like, yes, because we talking, this is an outlet for both of us. So I'm proud of how when I finally was like, no, Cordero, this is what we doing. Look, we need to find a way to do this because we had kind of threw around the idea, but we kind of was like,
and we tried some other stuff, and it just wasn't. We tried something earlier, it just was not,
and it didn't work. And we did a collaboration with another podcaster that we're gonna reach out to them again and do because they didn't record right. So it was just like some things that did not go through. And so now I was like, I don't know. I just was adamant. I was like, because Cordero, that's his sweet spot about doing like the technology part of it and like getting things together for the podcast. Like that's what he do. He's really.
She was like, Cordero, I'm ready to talk again.
I'm glad as soon as I text him, I was like, look, we need to do this like ASAP. And then he was like, okay, look, I've been thinking about Zoom. Sometimes ladies, you gotta remind me. Gotta remind these men. So he was like, okay, I've been looking at Zoom, so let's try it that way. So that's what we're gonna do. If anything changes, we'll let you guys know. But I really did want to come out and reach out because the whole world is different from when we were last talking.
360, right? Complete 360.
I don't even know. This is like a crash and burn. I don't even know.
We just turned around twice. Man, that's crazy.
But follow us. I do want to say this. Follow us on IG. And Twitter, our links will be below or wherever you can find us. We're also on YouTube. We're on streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So just look out for us and share these podcasts on YouTube with different people just to get us out there because we do really enjoy doing this. Like honestly, if I didn't have anybody, I feel like we didn't have anybody listening, we still would sit here and talk shit and pop it. But you can stream us on your favorite streaming podcast. So yeah, man. So Cordero, I want to know, how have you found this social distancing?
Man, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I'm not entirely hurt about it. It wasn't like, what I'm saying? It wasn't the most upsetting thing for me. It's kind of funny. I saw online, like, how your life really is when, a pandemic happens and your life don't change that much. I mean, I didn't say
you related to that one, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I didn't say.
But wait, though, I was like, why is gas $1.90, $1.40? I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it go down. We can't really go out. That's kind of fucked up. I mean, messed up.
Yeah, because they want you to go out. Listen, don't get the conspiracy theories going.
But
yeah, I agree with you. I didn't. For me, my job was like, don't come back, and then not gonna come back like I don't have one, but it was like we're gonna be social distancing and things like that. And so I am one of the lucky ones I feel to still have a job because a lot of people couldn't go to work and they had to file for unemployment. Now, don't get me wrong, I have had some ups and downs with the job, the place I work at, because they've been on some BS. Don't get me wrong, but for the most part of it, like I said, I'm still employed, full-time employee and things like that. And I'm back to work. And, we have social distancing measures, which I feel like is trash. But I really, we have to wear a mask at work.
Oh,
what? But I feel like, Yeah, and I feel like, to be honest, I feel like anytime you got the social distance, like at your job, or you don't
Yeah,
have an office or something, and you're in a cubicle, or whatever the case may be, like, do you really need to be? Are you supposed to be at work? Like, you gotta wear a mask. And I know
yeah,
people have, issues about wearing a mask, but we'll touch on
yeah.
that a little
My
later.
job, my job. It was kind of funny how quickly they did things in my job. Because the first, before the whole Corona thing hit, we were talking about getting some work from home days in my job. Because my job is pretty much all technical. There's really hardly any. It's pretty much all technical. So
Mm-hmm.
at first they were like, well, we don't know. One thing that we can transfer everything to home. We just don't think it's gonna work properly. And when this thing hit, oh, they got it right. Like 3 days, they had it right within 3 days. They sent us home,
Mm-hmm.
ordered the equipment that we might need, and that was it. And no, luckily, even our managers like, hey, we've been asking for work from home days. This is gonna be our proving ground right here. If y'all stay on top of y'all work, don't slack off. Make sure you pay attention when you're home. This can be, so when we do go back, when we ask for those work home days, they can't tell us no. They can't say why can't we have it? We get
Right.
I've been in the house what month is this? This is 7. This is July. Oh, July 1st. Oh, July 1st, yo. So this is July
Yeah, I
1st.
said that earlier.
I was like July 1st.
Catch up, catch
I
up.
know, right? So I've been in the house for the past 4 months? Yeah, since March.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've been in the house for the past 4 months or so, and I still got a few months to go. So I'm like,
Lucky
yo,
you, lucky
yeah.
you.
But like I said, I am thankful that I do have a job that allows me to work from home, even though my side hustles did slow down because I had,
Mm.
I had computer appointments lined up to, fix, just a little side thing to fix
Right, right,
computers and stuff like that. And, of course, when the thing happened, everybody kind of got, the fear of, at first it was kind of fear like, we're going to see what happened to, we're going to cancel everything. So,
right, right.
I lost on a little pocket change, lost on some money.
But you know what you could do? You could say you can still come pick it up, and they can leave it on their door, and
Mm-hmm.
like let you like as soon as they know you coming up, like, hey, I'm about to pull up. You can leave it outside
Yeah.
your door if they
Now
feel comfortable with
I
that.
did manage to keep a few of them because a few of them like we met somewhere, had the mask
Mm.
on, we'll disinfect the computer. But a lot of people they were just like, hey, if I don't have to go out, I don't want to go out.
I ain't got to. Right? No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I got
But
that. I understood that. So
I also want to say to the people that are out there that are essential workers or considered essential workers, and you working, like, I think, like, thank you, because you know like I said, I just went back to work maybe like last month or whatever, and I just thank y'all for, like, from the grocery store workers to the healthcare workers to even the
mhm.
roads. I've been seeing a lot of road work going on, and just thank you for being out there, and like whether you want to be there or not, like, you could be like, F this junk. So
Yeah,
thank you for,
I do.
especially when it first hit. I really want to thank you guys, because I ain't gonna lie, I was like, I ain't going nowhere. I had to learn how to do. I felt like how my dad is. My dad's like 70, 73, and it's funny, like, how you trying to work something, this technology. He's like, I don't know how to do this. I felt like that ordering groceries. Like, I was like, how do you do this thing? Like, I was not hip to none of this stuff, and we're gonna touch on that a little bit later as well. But I was just like, I'm very hands on with a lot of things, which I think a lot of people probably are as well. And I was just like, what? And I kind of like to pick my fruit and my vegetables and things like that. But I just thank people who are out there also working and doing the Instacart stuff, because I heard some craziness behind that. People was putting up
Hmm.
chips and then changing the chip afterwards, like crazy stuff like that, messing with people's livelihoods or whatever. And I'm like, that ain't cool.
Yeah,
Um,
I do have a deep appreciation for anybody who had to literally work through that pandemic. And I think this goes to show that there was a big discrepancy about paying workers $15 an hour and things like a livable wage. I'm
oh
like,
yeah, the extra what was it
yeah,
called? Like the not
pay,
the extra care, but basically like an incentive to, because y'all
yeah,
out here.
raising that minimum wage to a livable wage, and I
Yeah.
do feel that that's long overdue. I think this is once again a proven point. Like, hey, because without them, I know for me, they was like, yeah, we're gonna make you work through this pandemic for $7.25. What are the minimum wages? I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, not gonna happen. And
And a lot of people were going to unemployment and was like, you know, they could get employment. It was like, oh, the check is nicer here than
yeah,
than my regular job. So,
yeah. But
you know,
I do think this is right here is just this right here, as unfortunate as it is proving a point with just how our system is set up.
yeah, it's proven a lot of points. To be
Yeah.
honest, like, it's proven. Speaking just on pandemic wise, it's proven how that. people can get very irate about a lot of things that you would think when it's like the tough, like things are happening, and things are getting really hectic, that people were like, you know what, let me go ahead and follow these rules, because who am I really hurting? You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and wear this mask. Let me go ahead and social distance. Let me go, and I get it. Like, I live by myself, so, and my apartment is not big at all. So, I mean, I know stir crazy. You know, at first I was like, oh, this is, this ain't nothing. And then after a while, I was like, even now, like, I even started doing this thing where I would just get in my car and drive. Not getting out, but just getting out, because it started messing with me a little bit. And I was like, yeah, I got to get out the house. I was seeing the sun out. I was like, oh, Lord. Because in my mind, anytime I see the sun out, I need to be out. I'm not lying. So I would just get in the car, drive. And you know, my gas tank was already full. So
what's my saying?
I was get in the car and drive a little bit. So that's
I get 3 weeks to the gallon, maybe 3 weeks to the gallon.
That's all that means.
Efficient.
But so you have these people that are like acting crazy. First of all, the whole the pandemic first started, people up here buying toilet paper. I'm like, so you gonna wrap yourself in toilet? It was just a lot of stuff. Now I don't even want to touch on everything, but it was just so much foolishness going on that I was like,
yeah, I didn't. It was
I
like
didn't even want to be out, even if I had to. I was like, you know what? I ain't even gotta do it. I can make this last. It's like I just don't want to deal with. Sometimes some people are just such freaking idiots. You like, man, get googling.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like you said, that the whole, you know, people hoarding stuff and just kind of like, you know, it's all about me, and like, we kind of got to work these things together.
Being real selfish.
Yeah.
The fact that the stores had to put a sign like, no, we ain't taking none of that toilet paper back. Keep all the stuff you got over there. Because you just went in there and it's like you weren't thinking about other people. Other people have children formula. You up there taking like baby formula, napkins, sanitizer, like all that kind of stuff. It's like, so you just live in the world by yourself? Okay.
Yeah, and I think if individuals would have just, you know, of course, you know, tell somebody to stay calm, but shop like you normally would shop, and just kind of, you know, got what you normally need. You know what?
It's always a few that's gonna be like, I always shop like this. I'm ready for this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am glad to be back to doing this, and I'm glad we found a way to do this this podcast, because, you know, I had started watching way more TV. Like, I maybe watched before maybe 2 hours of television, if that, like about it for the week. When I tell you, I got real comfortable with my television, like, and my couch for that matter, and my bed too. But really, like, just was like, what time is it? Like, just being a marathon. Netflix would catch you, will have you.
Man, look, Netflix
made be in a whole marathon, like. And then I ain't gonna lie, I was one of the ones that was getting, you know, was drinking. You know, I was like, okay, because you know they got a nice liquor store over here.
Shout out to the liquor store. Y'all did y'all thing.
You know, now they had an increase in sales.
They was like, we making this money.
And you know, but I wasn't making none of those crazy stupid drinks like a quarantini. I'm like, y'all gonna kill yourself. They don't dare mix cough syrup. I was like, oh Lord. And what's that other pill? The other medicine, the stuff you got in the powder, they was mixing that together. I was like, it tells you not to mix those things with alcohol. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
They doing whatever they wanted to do.
But yeah, for me and my homegirls was like, oh, these people that got to be quarantined, it's gonna make or break some relationships for sure.
Man, you got
be some babies later.
You got to be at home all day with this motherfucker.
Right.
All day. You don't get
what y'all looking at each other, y'all sexing this one or the other. You know, it's like,
I gotta go somewhere. You just go sit in the car.
Look, okay, just stressed out. Everybody's stressed out.
Everybody, yeah.
You know, parents had to become teachers. Like, it was a lot of funny memes.
Oh, now that was funny, yo. When that whole thing about how parents gonna have to like become the teachers now and have to homeschool.
Yeah, and see how your child really is at school, right? When they get a learning environment. But it was a lot of stuff. So, like I said, we're kind of past that, but now we're having like another kind of wave of certain things, because a lot of states have been doing the reopening. So we're kind of just touching on in the beginning, but even this reopening should, honestly, I don't even think it should be no reopening, even though it already has happened. I still think that we need to like slow the roll and take cues to other countries like South Korea. Mm-hmm. And places, you know, like China, where it started, they got low numbers. And, you know, I think it's just because, you know, we live in a country where we have, you know, these states and then we have the governors who get to kind of adjust the decisions along the way as well. So everybody can. You go to one state, it might be one thing. You go to another state, it might say another thing. So I was just like, I wish we all get on the same page and be like, look, let's just lock down until we know this for real, for real. But I know, like, for some people, they like, okay, well, we don't have money to do that. Like, I still need to work. I still need to do this. But yeah, man, it's just been crazy. So off the pandemic, which is still happening, something that is not new to us as Black people, but is definitely, I feel like, new to the media. So, like, not social media, but just the media. Because what I mean by that is that you may get a story aired, you may hear about it in certain circuits, but it's not prevalent in your face all the time.
Right.
And you might hear about a Sandra Bland and a Trayvon Martin, things like that. But like, it's kind of them things that you hear about it, and it's kind of like this time it's like these things have happened, especially of course the George Floyd situation with him being murdered. And I think a lot of people was like, what has changed? I was like, I don't really think necessarily something has changed. I think we always been upset, but I was like, you take being in a pandemic, you take it feeling like you trying to send a message to certain people that already, a lot of us are already underpaid, living maybe paycheck to paycheck. We in this stressful situation. We ain't been outside. You telling us we can't see friends in the social distance. And I think we getting a lot of these younger kids who coming out, which I feel bad for, that some of them, they probably, they didn't get a chance to do the whole graduation walk and everything like that.
Right. No.
And not just the younger kids, but, even the young adults as well. It's like, we live in a time where social media, that's like not a saving grace, because I think people, like, murder still happen, right? But I think it's an accountability stick. Like, we're going to show you right here. And it's unfortunate that we got to put something in your face for you to see what's going on in our neck of the woods. Because, for someone to be murdered like that, and you think that it's okay, and you work with this individual, whether you got authority or not, police officer or not, it's a slap in the face. And I think that this time, like, the movement, the Black Lives Movement, is one of them things that it's just, I don't think there's no, it's like the time is now. Like, it's always going to be a situation where, we said things, but I like, yeah. And then I ain't gonna lie, I feel a little way about how all of a sudden I see these commercials with these people act like they in solidarity with Black folks. I like, y'all know we been struggling, right? Like, they been treating us like this, right?
Yeah, but that's another thing.
I guess it got to start somewhere, but I have mixed feelings about it. Like, I seen this commercial the other day where this guy wakes up, and I already knew what it was about. He was a nice looking brother. He was an actor. And when he woke up, he kind of had this look in his face like another day as a Black man. And that's what it was. And so he was walking with this kid who I'm assuming is maybe his son. And he's like laughing and playing with the kid. And then the little girl in the car waves to him, and she looks, I don't know if she's white or whatever, but of another race. And the mother rolls up the windows. And then you go to the next scene. He's in the pool, and they get up. And then you go to the elevator, and the guy is walking toward the elevator trying to get them to hold the elevator, and they let the elevator close on them. And then you see, like, this bailiff open the door, and he's in his courtroom, and the guy is actually the judge. And so I had mixed feelings about that. I'm like, I guess I've had mixed feelings because I think it could have been a good commercial until it kind of made it seem like, do he got to be, maybe I just took it, I'm sensitive about it, but I took it like, does it mean that he got to be a judge to be important? I don't care if he was on the street selling water. I don't care if he was a cyclist. I don't care if he was just walking his kid to school. Like, people do different things, and the color of your skin should not get you killed, murdered, or anything like that, or you should not be looked at. But I do like how they did show in the commercial how he see what people think of him. Like, they're giving him these looks and getting out the pool and all this stuff. And but yeah, for the most part, I was just like, all these businesses trying to jump on a bandwagon. That's what it feel like to me, a bandwagon jump. Like, oh, let me show you I'm not this way.
Because
but I do like,
they want that money.
Yeah, because we spend. Black people are one of the ones that will spend. I mean, we spend a lot of money in the different places, whether we got it or not.
Yeah.
And
But to pick up what you said, I did see that commercial, and
mhm.
the way I interpreted the commercial was it was kind of like your status of what you do or your status shouldn't kind of like it's kind of like a respect thing. Oh, because now they're gonna look at him different because he's a judge, so now we're gonna respect him more outside these walls. When he was outside the walls, you didn't know he was a judge. You should show him the same respect.
Yeah, that whole commercial, like I said, either way, it just like kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I've seen
Yeah.
some good commercials too, but that one I just was like, I was like, move along. But
Right.
and they was like, how far should we go? Keep going, keep going. Reparations and all that. Keep going till we feel like we good enough. And I do feel like more than anything, I want accountability. I just don't want you to give me some money or give me some land or give me
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I want to know that if I'm driving in a car with a black man or I'm driving, that I'm not gonna get pulled over and be on some bull because the color of my skin. That's what I want, and I want that if it happens, that if I take down this officer name and I report him, something gonna happen,
Right.
and then I don't end up in a casket. That my dad don't have to bury me, and my family don't have to come to my funeral. Or you know what I'm saying? That's what I want, and I want the laws to change, and they are slowly. Because I know with the Breonna Taylor, they passed a law about that
Mm-hmm.
with the no
Mm-hmm.
knock warrant. Um, and then they talking
Yeah.
about these choke holes that they be putting. I'm like, I didn't even know about some of this stuff. I'm like, I didn't even know that they could do some of these things, and they were saying that was like training. I'm like, who are y'all? Who y'all so doing? I'm just like, child,
And some of those holes they were doing were already illegal. They just did them anyway.
just a mess. So yeah, but what I will say this, I'm not to touch. Like, I'm not even gonna this. I'm not gonna make it about this whole process coming. Podcast coming back, making about this whole thing. But I want to say this though, that you know, we need each other. Police officers still need us, and we still need police because most time when you call 911, you want a police officer to come help you. And I think we are just saying we want. There are good officers out there, but I think that a lot of times people got to stand up, and it can be harder standing up. Just like how you sent me that article about the one cop who was like, "Yeah, we're pigs." I'm like, he had already left the force though. It's
Right.
like, to me, you telling me after the fact means nothing. It takes a lot of courage. I get it. It takes a lot of courage to stand up against your fellow brothers in blue to speak on something that you are currently employing your money. Anytime you mess with somebody money, they gonna switch up real quick. So I do feel like, you know, hold them accountable. And also hold the people in your community accountable. Like, there's some people that be out there doing some dumb junk that you know. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like accountability goes both ways. I'm not saying anyone needs to be killed, but accountability goes both ways. And I'm always gonna feel like that. I'm a very like, this is this, you know. But I also think that, like, hold your friends accountable. Check your friends, check your family members, check your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like,
I was.
that's just one of them things. Even check yourself sometimes, because
Yeah.
I think we all have our biases about different things, but it shouldn't end where we got to make funeral arrangements. It just shouldn't go that way.
Right. And I was having a discussion with one of my friends, because the defund the police was a big thing, and I think
Hmm.
they're actually starting to do it in certain states, or quote unquote not necessarily defunding the police, but doing a major reform. And I was
Hmm.
telling, I was like, well, now this is a kind of like a show improve moment. We asked for this. If one state's going to do it, that's going to be the proving ground for that state. So, like you were saying, holding your neighbors and your neighborhood, your community accountable.
Yeah.
If we're gonna scream, hey, we can police ourselves, then we got to show that we can police ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, hold your neighbors accountable. If you see somebody doing some stupid stuff, like, hey,
Listen, here's the thing. I got mixed feelings about somebody that don't have training. That's the thing. These people don't have some of these officers are not trained properly, and they just letting this fear come across. But I definitely don't feel homeboy over here or whoever get mad and they got a weapon. We done seen the news. Like, let's step away from the police just for a second. We done seen the news. People been driving to shoot somebody because they mad, or
right.
been on a bus and somebody done said something, they shot. Like, I don't really know about this whole self-policing now. Being aware, if it's one of them things where it's like, hey, I'm doing a neighborhood check. I'm just walking around saying, hey, let me see what's going on. Maybe that's one thing. But we know that can go left real quick. And so I think I'm not ready to throw any idea out the table yet, but I just think if it's gonna be some things that we're gonna let go and we're gonna reform, that we have to do it all together. We have to be in the know of these things. People need to know their rights. People need to also know that who you can call. You need to know your representatives, and so that's what I want to bring to my next point. Um, and I even had put this on the IG on our IG page, like I had voted, right? And I did early voting because I tend to like to do
Mm-hmm.
that a lot better. To me, it just makes me like, I don't like being in lines. I got to know my temperament. So
Right, right, right.
at the time, I had to vote in a different district because I finally got all my paperwork changed over or whatever. And so, I know, right? And so that was like the quickest I've ever been into a voting place. And it was social distancing. They had the stickers on the floor. We had our masks on. They had gloves. They cleaned the voting station after every person was
Person.
there to make their vote. And they were just so nice. And it was different races there. It wasn't one race. It was everybody in there. And, because, I think a lot of times those people, I think they get paid, but, they're neighborhood people in the community. And I just felt so good afterwards because I don't know how this election is going to go, but I always feel good when I do my part because voting is a part of how we can make change happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but I think you need to do your research, vote smart, vote for not just for what you want to see done, but as a community. And I think sometimes we get in and we vote a little bit selfishly, which I think, like I said, some things are a natural bias. But I think, just knowing, researching the candidate, voting for it as like for the world, how you want to see the world be better. And then I think going forth and doing things like that. And so I got a sticker and I always like getting those little stickers that I voted or whatever. But it just made me feel good because I think I had been feeling, sometimes you can feel like you're powerless and don't even really know you feeling like that. Like, damn, I'm feeling so down because you seeing all this stuff on the news about people being murdered and for no reason. And then you see there's a pandemic and then, you can't be around people. And I just was feeling kind of like a whirlwind of emotions and like, you know, as though even though I know I do like being by myself, there's one thing we like being by yourself in your own company than just feeling like you can't reach out to people and have those kind of conversations and being around and having that good energy. But voting is very important, and I hope that you guys have already voted or are going to vote
Hmm.
when this come around because it is important. And then here's the thing, folks: once you vote, don't just vote and just let it sink there. You have to reach out to these people that have been elected, whether whether they the person you wanted got in or not. You still have to reach out to your local official
Be on
because
their head.
that's where the change is going to come from. Because if you get these petitions started and start saying, well, I need this happening, I need this change, it starts from there. And a lot of times locally, and then it just goes out. So it might start with your city, your county, and then just go from there. But yeah, you gotta be a part of the change because if you do nothing, then you can't really talk about it. Now you're just
Right.
complaining and you're not putting no action to it. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I always did feel that the local elections did make, at least at the very least, the local elections did make a hell of a difference as far as when we used to go voting and things like that. Your local representatives, because it goes from to me it goes from the bottom up.
Yeah, of course.
It goes from the bottom up because your local elections, affect you directly, literally locally, right?
Right.
So if even because I know some people feel some kind of way about the electoral college and presidential election and things like that, which I do understand a lot of their complaints and gripes about that. But I think the local elections for the most part is where you're going to make the most change. So I definitely say if you're not, if you feel some kind of way about the other ones, at the very least, go to your local election and find out who your representative, find out who's governing the schools, find out who's governing your county or your city or what have you, and just find out, at least start there, and then it's going to be a work your way up type of thing. Um,
I say vote on all levels. I mean, I know some people's like local. I think vote because it matters. It matters because I
yeah,
think you know It might not always go the way you want to, but at least you know
Mhm.
you're trying, and then you can still reach out to the people that that's they still are elected officials. You still can go and talk and say some stuff. Now some stuff, higher up you go might be harder to get to, but
Yeah,
listen, you
yeah.
start putting, like you said, you start putting pressure on certain things.
Hmm.
Things will have to be adjusted,
Because
no
like you were saying
matter.
before, how we have the president had his take on things, and then this kind of had the states do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Each state kind of had their own rules and guidelines as far as social distancing, as far as reopening and things like that kind of happened. So that's why I was like, as far as the state goes, yeah, you need to get out there and find out who represents your state specifically, because the states do have a certain amount of power that affect you directly. So if we was like, hey, we didn't want this person in here because he has this set of rules or this set of policies or this set of beliefs, that's going to affect you like immediately, because
Yeah.
states do have a certain amount of power. We could have, if let it, let it. It's too late. The past is the past. But have we elected somebody else, maybe the outcome of when we reopened would have been different.
Listen, I ain't even gonna touch on that because I know who I voted for. So we ain't gonna
Yeah,
go
no,
about how
yeah.
what it could be.
This motherfucker.
But listen, all I'm gonna say to that is, as far as it goes for the pandemic and what's going on in the world, don't depending on where you live, but I'm just gonna say do what's good feels good and right for your family. If you got older people in your family or different things like that, or children or whatever, and just don't think about the world. Don't just because they tell you something is open, don't be so quick to rush to it. Because
Mm-hmm.
listen, do what you need to do, protect yourself. Because even if you don't get sick or you don't have like severe case of it, the thing is, who want to be sick though? Anyway, let's start there.
Right,
No,
right.
I don't know nobody who like, come on. So it's like, just think about that, and just think about how, just think about how, like, if it was you and you know that you're in a situation where you don't have nobody to take care of you, or you don't have, or you have a compromised immune system, or whatever the case may be. Like, if you
Mm-hmm.
can't wear the mask or feel like don't go out then, or find. I feel like there could be alternatives, and I'm just telling you that because this stuff is still ramping up, and they're acting like they don't want to do testing or slow down the testing. It's like, for why? Like, that don't even make no sense. So
No,
it's
it don't.
like,
It don't.
for why? Yeah, so it's like I do like try to have the most common sense approach about these
Mm-hmm.
things. If you gotta go out, like they say, strap up. Like, I mean, for real,
Hey,
like
no, that's
wear
real
your
talk.
mask,
That's
wear
real. That's
your
real
mask,
talk.
and don't think because it's a few months done passed. Like, please just like take care of yourself and take care of
Yeah.
others. That's the whole point of this. Take care of your others. Take care of others.
And I do think just with a weird thing, a lot of people got laxed with it, and we
Yeah, because
thought
I think people just got tired of being cooped
yeah.
up and being like this mask and this and like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act like I was like, oh yeah, like I was trying to go, not like in groups or nothing, but I was like, yeah, I need to get out of this house. But then like after I like did go out, and I'm like, this just no. It's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a no for me.
Right.
Like, it's too risky. It's just too risky. Like, even going to work, I be damn near rolling my eyes. Like, if anybody come talk to me, like today, a lady came and I had a cardigan on, but she came and touched my shoulder, and I almost chopped her goddamn hand off. I said, ma'am, and she was so quick, and she had already walked away, and she had a mask on, and I was like, respect my boundaries.
My gangster, what are you
Respect my
doing?
boundaries. But yeah, I'm like, you ain't got to touch me. You didn't touch me in the beginning, so I kind of feel like she did it on purpose. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
let her
gonna
go because I'm
let it
trying to
go.
be one with I'm trying to woo all the way. But yeah, I was like, if that was my bare skin, I probably would have nutted up though. I ain't not gonna lie. I'm like, you just hit me. You just hit me. Yeah, I'm like,
No, I get it, man. I do get it because
so.
because like I said, we also have not just us, but we also have family members that I know. I have one, and they have either older or they
Mhm.
have a compromised immune system or has a pre-existing um, lung type of condition that could really hit them really quick, really hard.
Right.
Um, so I do get it's like, hey, even if I'm asymptomatic, you know what I'm saying, type of thing, where I'm not gonna show any symptoms, or it's not gonna, or the virus is not gonna quote unquote affect me or make me, pass out or something like that. Next person,
Mhm.
that's the whole
Right.
thing about the mask. Some people feel some way about the mask. I'm like, it ain't about you. It's not just about you.
Right,
Next
and that's
person.
the main thing.
And I'm
And
like,
that's and let me tell you how it goes hand in hand with the pandemic goes hand in hand with the what's going on with the Black Lives Matter movement and just black people and saying, well, all lives matter. Here's the thing. It ain't just about you. We talking about what's going on right now.
Right.
Right now, this affects this. Right now, wear your mask. Like, I just feel like how y'all don't see the. Like, I feel like if you don't believe in anything, you should believe in. This should be teach you how to be a freaking decent human being. This is what it's teaching you.
But it's not.
From nature to what, from just being next to a human being to somebody that's different than you culturally, physically, anything. You know, they sexual orientation or whatever. Just being different from you, like, does not give you the right, or you think different thoughts or politically or whatever. Like, that just, we all people. At the end of the day, you shoot us, blood gonna come out and we bleed red.
Right.
At the end of the day, we people. And I think that instead of us feeling like we coming together, I feel like we do have some. Don't get me wrong, I do see some people that are standing out and saying things, and now I see these signs when I drive, like Black Lives Matter, and they're from white people and different races. And I'm like, that's cool, you know, I blow my little horn, but I'm like, I hope you voting the way you got these signs out here.
Right, you got, yeah,
I'm gonna keep it really, really 100 and like really transparent. I see you with your sign, but I also hope you go into these, or I already went to the voting booth and did what you had to do and stay on their neck, like we're trying to stay on their neck as well. So
right.
I just feel like 2020, I know a lot of people got these memes like, let's throw 2020 away, but I think 2020
outside the window,
the humanity year. Like, either it's gonna show you who you really are as a person, or it's gonna break you down. It's gonna break you down and show you, like how we got this word now, Karen. You got these Karens out here don't want to be put on television. I mean, on cameras for acting racist and being bigots and things like that. But it's like, we're showing you who you are. This is a mirror, ma'am. Look into it, ma'am. Take a look.
Yeah, I know you seen how someone freaking out. Like, y'all ruin my life.
And that's probably how they doing. They're calling the cops and 911, and then they get it, and then we like, no. Just like that man who was out there, who was a college educated, Ivy League, was bird watching. This brother was bird watching. She up there. Listen, I'm telling you, I ain't gonna lie. I got such satisfaction knowing that she got fired, knowing that they took her dog away. She done slammed the dog. Man, what? Yeah. What? Because he had the nerve to tell you, ma'am, this place right here, you got to put your dog on a leash in this area. She said the nerve. So it's just certain things that I'm like, you know what? Yeah. It's just like people are people. But yeah, I was glad to see that situation. Not that it happened to him, but like how he handled everything. And you know what? Sometimes it take a lot of out you to handle it in a professional way you want to handle it. Because you really want, you know, when I think like most people, when you feel disrespected, you want to nut up and be like, hold up, what? You know, when you get disrespected, you feel away. But I am proud of us a lot of the times because we have a tendency to handle it in a nice, I don't even say in a nice way, but we're not going to give you the satisfaction because we know who we are. I'm not going to come out and show. I'm just going to tell you what you can't do. And then I love how we like, call the cops. Call them. I ain't doing nothing wrong.
And I do like how now it's seeming like, it is seeming like, you know, when they call the cops on when they call the cops on individuals that, you know, it's like their lives are getting ruined because they really did try to weaponize that, you know, to where I'm gonna call the cops.
Because they know.
And I know you're gonna get in trouble because, you know, she was like,
exactly.
I was like, this one video, this woman was screaming like bloody murder. I'm gonna call and tell them that a black man is attacking me, or I'm gonna tell you, she was screaming, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell them that you're attacking me. And it was like amazing, like you would lie that bad knowing that my life could end.
I know that lady said that. The lady that has a dog was saying,
I know she said it too. She said it too.
Yeah, she's like, I know her. I'm like, see, you gonna use his race as because you know how they do this. It's like, that's why people are like, I don't see color, I don't see what. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do.
That right there was a prime example of you see color.
You know how it gonna go down.
You know how it go down.
You done slam your dog. Child done slam the dog, and I'm just like, child, I'm
like, I want Peter to go after her. Nah, y'all, we're not to make Michael Vick. I need y'all to go and get her the same way.
Just a mess.
I need y'all to go ahead and handle that the same way. But
I do believe some of these people do have mental issues. I mean, I'm gonna pivot to this part. No. Let me finish my statement. Okay. I do think some of these people have mental issues because being a racist and that kind of thing, that does something wrong with you. But I'm not gonna stay on that part too long. What I want to say is, you know, even for myself, I know that talking and being vocal and just like letting out our feelings is a smart thing to do. And I hope that y'all are reaching out during this pandemic and everything else that's going on. If you know anybody that's struggling during this time, just reach out and check on them because I mean, there's a lot going on from how things we are being treated as black people. Things are trying to change, but I guess it ain't gonna change overnight. And just love on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Even if you can't physically hug them or whatever, or you solo dolo, reach out. Like I said, you can hit us up anytime. You can, if you see us, we have an email address that we'll link below. You can write to us. You can you can Zoom us if you want. I mean,
Right.
we here to talk. We trying to put this content out, but just reach out to whomever you can. If you got to seek a mental health professional, you need to talk. Look, whatever you got to do, write in journal. You know what I'm saying? Sing. If you got those kind of creative challenges, I know that I lend a lot to YouTube because I learned how to do a lot of stuff. I bake more. I'm not really a cooker. That ain't my thing. I don't. I can make what I can make. Calm down, Cordell. We know you can. I can make what I can
Hey,
make. I can make what I can make. But I was baking. I was buying ingredients. Like you called me. I had like an apron on. I was feeling myself. Some things turned out well, but some things like that damn coffee they tried, that TikTok coffee where you supposed to be able to. First of all, no. I don't even like coffee. So I don't even know why I tried it, but I had time, right? I
you
had time.
experimenting. You experimenting.
I
I'm
was
saying you
experimenting. I
experimenting. Yeah.
had time. And also I got some improvements to myself that I'm gonna touch on. So, before this pandemic happened, I had started going to the dentist because I wanted to get braces, okay? And I was like, had started the process, but then the whole pandemic happened, and luckily my dentist was also like, "You still can come through." I mean, they was about that money. And old girl got insurance. Like they was like, "Okay, come through." And so they, for the most part, it was they was a distance and nothing happened. Like I said, this was back in March, like in the
Mhm.
March. So I was going out, but I was like going out to the dentist and coming right back, that kind of thing. Or going to the grocery store and coming right back. And so I had to get some teeth pulled. I had some cleaning, some stuff that I just was like, oh Lord, to get just to the point of me getting braces. So now I have braces. So now if you hear me, I'm already country. And I'm trying not to, when you have braces, anytime you put something in your mouth, an apparatus or whatever, it just makes your mouth salivate a lot more. So I apologize in advance if I'm smacking or
You smacking
whatever.
and whatnot.
I'm trying to slurp back the spit. I've had them on for this. Today actually makes 2 weeks, so I kind of got used to them now. But yeah, I am in my 30s with braces, and honestly, I think it's the cutest thing. Like you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing before, but now you really can't tell me nothing. Like I know when I first got him, of course, Cordero going instead of him, I called him. He gonna do it because I ain't got an iPhone, y'all. So I ain't got what's it, iPhone, I
The
chat
FaceTime.
FaceTime. There we go.
Mhm.
So he gonna do on me. I said, look at this nigga. So I had to put my mask on, like what? He's like, look, this is braces. But yeah, I had watched so many braces videos just to kind of see what's gonna happen. And let me tell you, like I got in there and I was like excited because I had been wanting them so long, and I had finally got to a point. And by then, the orthodontist had already opened up. So I'm glad that I got them now because, you know, a lot of people weren't able to go to. Like I was looking at YouTube and different places. All people was like, "You know, braces not been in this thing," because they got to change them out every 4 to 6
Mhm.
weeks most likely. And they were saying they couldn't get through to the dentist. They wouldn't see anybody. They were closed,. Which they should have been. And so, like I said, I'm just excited to have it. But yeah, if you hear me say some words I can't get out, I have a little lisp. But I'm trying every day gets a little bit better. But the first day, I'm telling you, I thought it wasn't gonna be nothing. I was like, oh, this ain't nothing. I was trying to eat. I couldn't eat. I was like, okay, I knew it was serious then because I'm a foodie.
She's
And
like,
then later that night, the pain came, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, but I had some people checking on me, so I appreciate that. But yeah, man, now I can eat And it's like, oh, I could have did this sooner in life, but you know, I'll take it when I can get it. But yeah, so if you hear me talking a little crazier than usual, if I sound a little slurred or I'm slurping, which I actually hate that sound when people do it. I hate when I do it, but I'm gonna try to be better about mine and mindful of it so that I don't be sounding like suckers and suckers, you know.
Yeah.
Out of like, what the hell did she just say?
I know. She said she's tripping.
So in this time, I was able to make some improvements to myself that I wanted to do and work out. And I gotta get back on my workout grind, but I was working out like religiously. It was just things I was doing that helped keep me sane, help keep me busy because for me, I do like having a routine. So being at home, I was like, oh.
I know one thing. I know one thing. Like I said, you know, I'm already halfway introvert. I'm like, people, like take them or leave them. In the first place, but I want to kind of tell people like, you know, use the technology at your fingertips. Because you know, the biggest thing we were talking, you know, one thing was people like seeing other people and seeing your friends. You can't hang out with your friends and you know things like that. But I was like, you know what? We got all this video chatting technology. You know, utilize that.
Yeah.
Utilize what you have to exposed to kind of do things. Like I know later on during the pandemic, you know, kind of, you know, midway through, they had a lot of online concerts, a lot of online little
oh
DJ
yeah,
like
right.
Me and my friends, you know, my friends I usually talk to, you know, we would just, you know, do either a Skype meeting or a Zoom meeting or some type of other meeting on our phones where we can see each other and just kind of talk shit all day long or for an hour or so. So we get that, hey, how you doing? What's going on in everybody's lives? Just check more people like that. Because I think physically seeing somebody is a lot better than just kind of hearing the voice or a text message to me. It kind of makes you, you know, makes you feel closer to them. So if you ain't seen somebody in a long time, they got if you got Facebook Messenger, you know, Zoom is free for one-on-one, you know, Skype stuff, and you have an array of technology that you can use to really see who you want to see. And they're hard to work with. So just kind of, you know, try to use
and I tried to check on all my friends. I definitely checked on my dad. Like I said, my dad is in his 70s. And I think that was the hardest thing for me, not kind of seeing my dad. Because I was like, dang, I miss that young man. But he was doing good. He was out there in the streets like, I'm still moving and shaking, baby. I was like,
moving, baby.
I swear my dad is like the hilarious.
Slow down for what? Slow down for what?
But then I had to get on him, and I felt like the parent. I was like, Daddy, it is a pandemic. And he was like, okay, I'm going home. Because he'll call me one time. I'm going to put him out there, too. He'll call me one time.
Don't you let my homeboy like that.
Nope. You got to get this work. He was like, this was when the pandemic kind of first happened, and they had set times for people with pre-existing conditions and certain age groups to go shopping. My dad already thinks he's 20. Okay, he think he's 20 years old. So he wasn't knowing hearing nothing about that. He up there on a Friday, Saturday. It was a Saturday, so you know people ain't at work even if they had to work. Saturday around 8 time, he can't find no disinfectant. I said, get out the store. Get out the store right now. He like, oh, okay, let me go and get out the store then. I was like, you know what? I'm so down with this man. But yeah, I found some disinfectant for him, and I was like, let me do that. Let me find what you need, and I'll bring it to you. That's how I work. But my dad, I'm telling you, you can't pay him to sit down. He's like, what's that? Sit
Not
down.
At all. He's like, I got to go.
Look at these legs.
You see these legs? See these
legs? Ha-ha.
Right.
Right. But I'm glad that I hope everybody out there honestly is doing well, and like that the pandemic and what's going on with the, you know, the police brutality and just the injustice is not got you too down. It has not affected your family or you too much, or at all, you know, really. But
you know, just do with the best.
I know we are doing the best we can, but we just wanted to like come on here, say a little stuff, get back to the grind of things, because I was telling Cordero, I was like, this is my therapy. Like, I don't get me wrong, I think it's important to talk to somebody, a professional who has been trained, but also, you know, I like getting on here and discussing whatever we're going to discuss. And I just hit my tooth. Oh, sometimes I can get it right. Sometimes I can't.
People with their new mouth don't know how to act.
Look, he been messing me the whole time. He's like, what you eating? I was like, some wings. But I I just like that we were able to connect again. And I actually was telling him, I was like, if we decide to travel, because we still can do this Zoom thing. So sometimes you just gotta learn how to adapt and make things work for
Yeah.
what's going on in the world right now. And so I just knew it was important for us to get back on here and record and just get back to some sense of normalcy of, I mean, a safe way, of course, but just get back to some sense of normalcy.
I think I want to say this too, man. Look, if you one of the people who unfortunately, you lost your job, you
Yeah.
doing unemployment, unfortunately, or if you was a hustler and you was just making your money the way you know how to make it, and things slowed down because of that. I know a lot of people who make money just street money, and they do it right way. I'm gonna say do it the right way, but that's just what they do. And if things slow down, take this time really, man, and try not to get yourself too down. Try to learn a new skill. Read up on something that you never thought you read up on before. Because now you got the time. Now you got the time to do it. You got the time to do it. So if you one of the individuals who collect unemployment, take that money and invest in a new skill that you want to learn.
Yeah, invest. I'm just saying, if you are able to collect unemployment for whatever reason, I hope that you. I mean, I don't know how much it is or anything, but it's a lot of things that you can do from home, or you can learn to how to make money like in a legit way. So, I mean, take the opportunities. And if like I said, what I will do is also what I want to start doing. There's a lot of, we live in Atlanta, kind of in the Atlanta area. So I want to start showcasing once we go to different restaurants or businesses that are Black owned. I want to put that on our Instagram. So, like I said, follow us on our Instagram, share us with some of your friends, and I want to go out there and showcase some of the Black businesses that we go to, the food, and just not even if whether I like it or not, I still want to give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Just let you know, because maybe my experience might not be your experience, but putting money back into our own pocket. I also feel like I'm also going to list, things to do if you got like lost your job or something. Like, we're gonna list some resources on there. Just let us know what city you in or what state you in, and I don't mind doing the research. Like, that's kind of what I do, like as a job. Like, I find things like that. So if you need something, and as far as resources, reach out to us in the email or something like that, and I'll do my best to kind of locate something for you, whether it's daycare or whatever. Because I know they have they got money out here for these people to do that. These small businesses that was getting these money from the government, they had to do something with it. So
right,
just things like that. And right now, I know working with my dad, where he was needing some help with some stuff, and he was getting some services from the government here and there. Like, it's a chance just to call them and be on the phone. Like, they give you a number, they give you the runaround. I'm like, they got to get better at that. I understand they probably furlough some people and things like that, but I'm like, there's no reason you should be on hold for 2 hours. It's just like, it shouldn't be like that. Or if you lost something, you trying to replace something, or you trying to find out some information, like, I don't know, y'all can let them folks work from home. So whatever y'all got on, it's like, it's just ridiculous. I was on a hold today for 2 hours. Technically, I hung up, but I called back. It was, I don't know, it was about 2 hours though. And then the woman was like, "Well, you shouldn't have been in hold for 2 hours." I'm like, I know I shouldn't, but this the number
that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. Telling me.
This the number I got. So it's like, come on, man. But yeah, so if you need something, I'll try to put you in contact with somebody, especially if you're in the Georgia area. But if you are in different states or whatever, let us know. Like, if I can find the resources, I'll definitely try to put you into touch with somebody. And I did one in my mom's name, like for Mother's Day, like just giving charitable donations. And I don't need nothing from it. I just know it made me feel better about it. So when you're able to help somebody, if you're listening and you have some contacts that you want to put down and you feel like it will help some people, list below or email us. Like, listen, we all trying to do this as a community. It's not like we know everything. We just trying to bridge the gap for some people who need something. So if you have some services that you offer, let us know. Put it down on our Instagram, or tweet us about it, or just get it out there to us and on the YouTube channel or whatever, so that we can, spread this information. Do you have anything you want to conclude with, or you see anything you just want to get off your chest at any? We should have like a segment at the end, like, get off your chest.
Get it off your chest.
Right.
No, not really, man. I just, I want people to do better, man. Just do better.
I also wanted to touch out, touch on. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Get your words together, girl. Okay. I also want to touch on, even though we were talking about Black Lives Matter, which is a very important thing. I also want to talk about a little bit about the LGBTQIA plus community. And I'm not gonna lie, I have to look that up because I wanted to make sure I got all what I could get in there. And if I'm missing anything, y'all just let me know. Also they having a lot of injustice too, especially like the young lady that was murdered, and it was two young ladies that were murdered, and I don't know if they found the person, but she was speaking out, and I think she was called Toyin. Okay, I wanted to say Toyin. Um, and so these are a lot of things like that are going on as well in the community, and I know that I feel like sometimes people try to have a shift like, oh, this is this community and this is this community, but I think that there's injustice in all, all aspects, whether it's your skin color or your sexual orientation. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
I think that we all got to come together, just like I was saying that I did see, some white folks that were out there protesting just along, with black folks. So I think, like I said, it's going to take a community. And I just wanted to send my prayers out to people that are going through stuff like that, that even if I don't personally can relate to that, I know, I don't think it just because you can't relate to it, I don't think it should be, it should, you should understand how an injustice feels. You understand what I'm saying? You might not have to be in that person's same shoes, but you understand compassion and you understand how it is to feel this injustice and how that could affect you. You might can't walk in that, know exactly what that person's going through, but at the same time, wrong is wrong and injustice, and when somebody's getting beat because of how they look or what
Right.
they who they love or who they whatever they're into. And I'm just like, what, you got to check yourself. So that's all I wanted to say on that part. Well, thank you guys for listening. This has been the General Conversation Podcast, season 2, episode 4. Hope you enjoyed listening to us. And we just wanted to come out and reach out to you guys. So that's been us. This has been our time. Peace.
Peace.